Hey, what's up everybody? It's your mortgage expert, Brian McCauley here. So did you know that there's a brand new home loan program that just dropped that allows you to buy a primary home on a multifamily property with only 5% down? Stick around. In this video, I'm going to tell you all the secrets and why you should consider buying a multifamily. So listen, the DFW housing market continues to try to find its feet. It's getting better in some areas, it's getting harder in some areas, but one of the things that was just released with a really cool loan program that should benefit everybody is they changed the guideline rules from doing a multifamily purchase with a minimum of 15% down, and now they've converted it to 5% down. That's a huge deal for a couple reasons. Number one, it allows people to get into a multifamily property, occupy one of the units as their own, and only put 5% down. So in a market that's struggling with affordability and people getting extra money in their pocket, now instead of doing 15% down, they're gonna do 5% down. So the barrier of entries are a lot lower. It allows more people to get in one of these places for less out of pocket. That's bonus number one. So the second thing is if somebody's buying a multifamily property as a primary home, whether it's a duplex, triplex, or a quadplex, any type of multifamily, and they are going to move in and occupy at least one of the units, they can rent out the other units. So obviously a duplex and a threeplex and a quadplex could have 1, 2, or even 3 renters in there. And why does that matter to them? Well, give you an example. Let's say somebody is buying a duplex for $800,000. They're putting 5% down, so they're financing $760,000. They're getting an interest rate, say roughly 7.5%. Their mortgage payment's about $5,300 a month. However, if they're in a duplex and they can rent that other side out for, call it $3,000 a month, now instead of having a $5,300 a month mortgage payment, they now have a $2,300 mortgage payment, which they're obligated to. So being able to have renters in the other units allows for additional cash flow. That keeps overhead down for the owner, but also it gives the renters the opportunity to get into a place where they don't have to buy it and probably get market rent either at rent or a little bit below because they're getting such a good deal, because obviously both sides or all 3 sides are being occupied. So that's a really big advantageous piece that people have to understand. So again, tip number one, the big takeaway, only 5% down on multifamilies when you're gonna buy one and occupy one of the units as your primary home. Number two, to help with overhead and affordability, you can rent out the other sides. A lot of times if people are very good on their strategies and know what market rents are in the area, you can get all or some of the rental units to cover up maybe 75, 80% of your actual total mortgage payment. This way you basically live for cheap, sometimes free. The tenants are paying the note down, you're getting the depreciation. For tax deductions, you're getting the appreciation for return on investments. And then the third and final thing I want people to think about is a lot of people want to become an investor, but a lot of times it's really hard to buy a house, put 20, 25% down, manage a property. And so while being able to buy a primary home with 5% down and occupy one of the units as your primary for at least 12 months, what that 12 months is up, if you don't want to live there anymore, you can just obviously exit that property, buy a new primary, rent out the previous one that you lived in, and all of a sudden you become an investor on a multifamily property and are constantly be able to cash flow with only 5% down with a great competitive previous primary interest rate versus doing 25% down and getting a much, much worse as a full non-owner rock. So there are 3 really big things about this program that benefit everybody. The fact of the matter is you just got to get pre-approved, you got to get with your realtor, you got to go out and specifically shop for and look for the multifamilies, and obviously it benefits a lot of folks from out-of-pocket, monthly payment, overhead, and then conversion into a rental property long-term. So listen, hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, or even share it with somebody that you know that could benefit from this information. And if you want to have a conversation with me about anything real estate related, do me a favor, call me, email me, text me. I'm always here to help. Until next time, stay tuned.